Amen. Several weeks ago, we had a very major event in the life of our church that because of, due to the busy Easter season and all that was going on in our church, it kind of got passed by. But today on this Sunday, we want to acknowledge that and to celebrate that. And what that is Pastor Taylor's 5th anniversary as pastor of our church. And Darren Doherty, who's the chairman of our personnel committee, yes? Darren is going to give this special presentation, and I think we probably need the family to come up. I know y'all hate that, but come on up, and we want to celebrate you all.
Good morning, church, and presentation's a strong word, by the way. We have been with Taylor and his family now for 5 years, and 5 years ago, and really 6 years ago when we were searching for a pastor, we knew that we needed a pastor, and we knew what we needed. We needed a preacher and a teacher and someone to care for this congregation and lead this staff and really give us a vision for the future. And we had experienced so much loss and so many of those hard times that Taylor talked about this morning after losing Pastor Phil. So we knew we needed that leader. We were thankful for Dr. Creech and our staff for leading us in the interim, but it was time. And we really, when Taylor got here, felt like we knocked it out of the park. You know, what a great pastor and teacher and a caring individual and a great family that we love. What we didn't know was in a few months we'd have Hurricane Harvey and that we would need a pastor to marshal volunteers and donations and reach out to the community. We didn't know that we would have a pandemic that would close the doors to this church and force us to learn to worship from home, and that we would need a leader to bring us back into this building once we reopened. We didn't really know that we needed a leader who would serve us so selflessly even while he had his own hardship and loss in his family. So all of this to say is we didn't know what we needed, but God certainly did. And we're so thankful for the Sandlins and for being with us for these past 5 years. Really has blessed us, and we thank you for being part of that blessing. I think it's fair to say that we are all going to miss you during your sabbatical, but we're so happy that you're getting a vacation. Please join me in thanking Taylor, Sophie, John Curtis, and Allison Sanders.
Well, thank you. Sophie noticed the butterflies, so nice touch. Thank you very much. Well, we have so loved being your pastor and being a part of this church community. We're so grateful for your kindness in so many ways, all the time, every day, in so many unseen ways. And when your church anniversary is Easter, it's always going to defer to Jesus and the resurrection, and that's okay. And so we want you to know how much we love being a part of this ministry. We believe God has just amazing, wonderful things in store for us as we seek to be a people who live out our faith day to day in Sugar Land, Texas. Alice and I were out for an anniversary dinner in town center just this past weekend. And we just marveled at how every single person, we had a window seat, every single person who walked by the window of that restaurant looked different from one another. There were not two people who looked the same. And what a great place to do ministry that is. That God has just set us down right in the middle of his world. And we've been given this great commandment to go and make disciples of all nations. And friends, we can do that without really having to burn that expensive gas that we all have to put in our cars, right where we live. We can carry out the Great Commission, and I'm so glad that I get to do that with you. So in the words of really the benediction, which comes from Psalm 19, maybe we can go forth with that. May every day of our lives, the words of our mouth and the meditation of each of our hearts be pleasing in God's sight, who is our rock and our Redeemer. Amen.